If you are working with mobile applications, you will find JSON data structure everywhere. And it is crucial that you know how to convert JSON structures into your data classes in your application. So today, we are going to see how to convert complex JSON data structure into a Dart data class in our Flutter application. Namaste and welcome to React Bits. If you like this and more similar tutorials, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel. Now, let us get started. I'll show you 3 different methods that you can use to convert JSON structures into Dart data classes. The first one and the easiest one is using the Visual Studio Code extension. So when you go to extensions panel in Visual Studio Code, you can search for Dart data class extension. And this Dart data class generator extension helps us generate data class for any JSON structure. So this is the Dart data class generator that you can install. I have already installed it here. Next, I'll show you the JSON structure that I'll be using. So here it's a Pokédex API, that is open source Poke API. You can find the link. I'll provide the link in the description. So I am seeing the structure, data structure for Pokemon Ditto or single Pokemon. Let me just copy this for now. Let's copy the whole thing. Let's bring it to Visual Studio Code. Create new file. Ditto.json. Let me paste it here. Okay. So let's remove this comment. Now, it has abilities, forms. Let's remove this game indices for now. Height, held items, okay, moves, name, order, species, sprites, stats, types. Okay, so these are all sub objects. This held item, it's an array of item object. Okay, and again, let's remove this, make it a bit simpler so that I can show you a way that you can use to convert any complex data structure. So let me divide this into 2 here. First, we'll add the top level, bottom level. So let's add types. So type itself is an array of another object, and then inside that object we again have another type object. Okay, so we have 3 levels here. So we'll create 3 different files. So here let's create and let's name this object type def. Okay, so let's start with type def. So innermost object. So this is type def object. Here we'll create class type def. Okay, and we have string name URL. Okay, we have a string name and then URL. Now what we can do is, once we have this, we can use the shortcut in place your cursor in any of the field name and just control and dot. So once you press that button, you'll get lots of options here, and here we are using generate dot data class, this option. Once we use this, so this will create all the functions required. So to map, from map, to JSON string, okay, from JSON string, all these objects will be created. Now let's move on to type. Class type. Here int slot and then type def type, and again we can use in int generate data class. Okay, so this will remove our, sorry, this will not include our type def, so we need to add that as well. Type def type. Okay, and in to map we need to use type dot to map. Okay, from map type from map type. Okay, and to map, that's fine. From map, that's fine. Type slot here space dollar type dollar to string, type dot to string. O is O, and an O dot slot equals slot, and an O dot type equals type. Okay, finally slot dot hash code, and if we see here for type def, this, and caret type dot hash code. So we have completed our type definition as well. Sorry, so we can use the same method to convert all this, like species, it's a single object, sprites, it's again single object. Okay, we can use the, let's try for sprites. So let's, sorry, what is the mistake here? Okay, I put extra comma here. Let's create one for sprites. Okay, sprites.dart, and if we see here, sprites has various fields. So class sprites, back default, back female, back shiny, and so on. We have lots of other. Let's keep this simple for now, and again control dot generate data class, and here we need to change this underscore and same here, change into underscore. Okay, so we have our sprites as well. So now let us create our main Ditto class Pokemon. So here we'll add the base items like int or double height, ID is default, sprites, let's keep it as it is. We don't want all of this for now. Generation, all this, stats, types, it's an array, okay. So now we have basic fields. We want to generate dot generate data class. Okay, we now have the data class. However, here again we will have to implement all of these for, okay, it's already there, types dot to map, sprites dot to map. That's nice, but for, I think for types it will have to be an array. We can change it to that. So this is how we can generate Dart class from JSON structure using this extension Dart data class generator. Next, we'll look onto another method, that is using a website. We have a website. So here is the website. I'll provide the link in the description. It's called JSON to Dart. It's an open source project. You can even find it on GitHub. Here simply what we need to do is we need to copy any JSON here, give it a name, and it will generate the data structure even for a structure as complex as this. Let me copy this, paste it here. Let's remove the comment. Okay, so I have this structure. Let's name this Pokemon and let's generate Dart. So once I press generate Dart, it will generate Dart class also for child classes like types, stats, abilities, forms, game indices, everything is generated. Let me just copy this. So let's copy Dart code to clipboard, and then we can go back to our Dart here, Pokemon.dart, and let's paste it here. Now we can see that we have everything like forms. Somehow the forms is missing. Let's comment it out for now. Maybe we have some problem. Let's comment this out and let's comment this out. Okay, however, we can see that all of these have been converted into separate object like game indices. If we look at game indices, we have another object. Again, it has ability sub object. So even a very complex data structure is generated using this Dart JSON to Dart website. And we have yet another website, and that is multifunctional. This is quicktype.io, app.quicktype.io. I'll provide the link in the description. Here again, we can paste any JSON structure and then convert it into data classes. And important thing about QuickType is that we can not only convert to Dart data classes but into various other languages like C, JavaScript, C++, and much more. So you can see here that we have lots of language option. So C++, C#, Crystal, Dart, Elm, Flow. Let me zoom in a bit so that we can see it more clearly. Okay, so here let's paste our JSON, or it's already using the Pokemon JSON structure. However, let's just paste it here. Sorry, not the class, but the JSON. Okay, let's remove this. So this name is Pokemon. Language, let's choose Dart. See, from map to map, and copy width is generated. We can choose to not generate this copy width function. See, and again here subclasses will be generated like species, ability, game index. Okay, these kind of subclasses will be generated. Let me copy the code and let's again paste it in our IDE. Let's create another file, pokemon2.dart, and let's paste it here. So again we have Pokemon, abilities, base experience, all these fields. So ability is separate class, species separate class, held item separate class, move is a separate class. So all of these are a separate objects. See, we can see that all of these are created with its own data classes. So I showed you 3 different methods to convert any complex JSON structure into Dart data classes automatically without much hassle. The first one is using the extension in VS Code. It was a bit complex for nested data structure because we had to do some of the manual work. Next one is using JSON to Dart website. It did all things automatically. We just have to copy paste, but it has some lacking features like copy with functions is not generated and some others. And finally, I showed you QuickType.io app where we could convert to not only Dart but various other language data classes. And in Dart, it has advanced functions like options to generate or not generate copy with. And again, there are other functions like we can say types only, or put an encoder and decoder in class that will add to JSON and from JSON as well. Make all properties required. Okay, we can make required, so at required. Make all properties final, so we can choose to make all properties final. Make all properties optional, it's already optional by default. So it has more options. I hope this tutorial will help you further in your Flutter app development process by giving you a quick and easy way to convert any complex JSON data structures into Dart data classes. Thank you everyone for watching this tutorial. See you again in the next video.